Is your county jail overcrowded? I'm Charles Blaine, and this is Texas Tomorrow. When we talk about crime and public safety, the conversation usually centers on police, sheriffs, constables, district attorneys, and jails. We talk about murder clearance rates and recidivism and public safety funding, but what is often lost in the conversation is specifically jail overcrowding, and how it is not only a problem that contributes to the overall state of our public safety, but it poses a risk for the jailers, the inmates, and taxpayers. Between 2019 and 2024, the number of inmates being housed outside of their county of arrest more than doubled. According to the Texas Commission on Jail Standards, the number of counties now outsourcing inmates is 41%, almost half. And given the rampant overcrowding, they're not often housed nearby. Instead, they're sent to jails in other states like Oklahoma, Louisiana, or Mississippi, which taxpayers have to pay to transport them to, and then have to pay to transport them back when their court date comes up. Because ultimately, we're talking about jail, not prison. The difference being those in our county jails are awaiting the resolution of their court cases. Harris County, for instance, which has continuously found itself on the list of jails not in compliance with the Texas Commission on Jail Standards, is spending upwards of $50 million to send inmates to other jails. That cost is for about 1,700 inmates. But the upgrades are even more expensive than that. Dallas County issued a report saying it would cost between $3 and $5 billion to improve its aging jail facility. The problem with the overcrowding isn't simply the comfort of the inmates, but it's the cost of transferring, as previously mentioned, and it's the burden it places on the jailers because there are requirements for correctional officer to inmate ratios that need to be upheld. And it can also lead to those who should be in jail while they await their trial being released and put back into the communities where they commit the crimes. But too often our local officials don't consider jail infrastructure a critical piece of public safety. When they talk about major public safety improvements or investing more in police or sheriff or constables, we don't talk about the infrastructure of the jail. That's not always top of mind, but it should be. We spend millions of dollars on new administrative buildings, courtrooms, and other public facilities, but for safety of everyone involved, we should be prioritizing the needs of our local jails. Because as court backlogs grow and backlogs in crime labs and district attorneys' offices also pile on, upgrades and upkeep fall under deferred maintenance of public facilities, something we've talked about on Texas Tomorrow before. Local officials often put off maintaining their facilities while they move money around for other projects, and what ends up happening is we amass millions, sometimes billions of dollars in maintenance that needs to be done. And we continue to delay it until the problem becomes so bad we have no choice but to acknowledge it. But it doesn't have to be this way. The Texas Commission on Jail Standards has public meetings where they talk about these jails, so see where your county falls on the list. And consider checking what their priorities are during budget cycle, which is happening right now. As they move forward in the budget, they often talk about public safety. But again, the one thing that is not necessarily considered is the infrastructure of our county jail. So make sure that you're following that conversation, and make sure if you're seeing headlines about inmate to guard ratios that aren't being fulfilled, or attacks on guards in jails, or simply overcrowding and outsourcing with your tax dollars to other places, make sure you speak up and encourage your county to take this seriously. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Charles Blaine, and this is this week's episode of Texas Tomorrow. Please like, share, comment, and let us know if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you'd like us to cover.